Hey everyone, today is Wednesday, June 26, 2019, and I'm making this video to give you an update of my surgeries. I've been looking through my comments recently and they've been asking me questions, people of, hey, how's this going on your surgery or your this and that. So I'm making this video and I'm going to talk about 4 surgeries. The 4 surgeries that I'm going to talk about are going to be about my ears, ear pinning, that's otoplasty. I'm also going to talk about my bicep surgeries. I have 2 of those that I need to talk about, and the last one is going to be about my cyst that I had removed recently. And I have a list down below, so if you see me looking down, I'm just using it as a reference. I'm going to talk first about my ear surgery that was performed in 2010, and the reason I did that was my ears used to stick out. I wasn't happy with them, so I decided to get them pinned back. Now, I still kept them to where they still stick out a little bit because my surgeon asked me if I wanted a natural look or not. I said yes. If I didn't want a natural look, he could have pinned them all the way back so they would have looked like this. To me, that doesn't look natural. I felt like I needed something to stick out. So, fast forward, it's already 9 years later, it's 2019. They still feel stiff, and I decided to touch bases on the ears because the previous years I've been growing out my hair, so you couldn't really see them. My ear pinning is still nice. Every time I get a fade done, I go ahead and ask my stylist to not bend my ears. By me saying that is, they'll go with the clippers like this and they bend your ears down and just go around, and they'll go like this and they go around. I tell them not to bend them. I stick to the same stylist, not the same stylist, but the same shop, and different stylists will cut my ears. So every time I get a haircut, I always remind them, and they're able to do it. Yes, it takes them a little bit more time, and they probably don't like doing that because it just makes it a little bit harder for them to perform the cut, but they're able to do it. So if you have ear pinning and you want to get a nice fade and you're afraid that they're going to mess up your ears, just remind your barber, your stylist, every time you get a haircut, hey, watch the ears. Doesn't matter how many times you tell them every time, because you are like a number to them. They might not remember you. They go through a lot of people cutting their hair, so I always remind them. Even if they say I know, I still remind them. Now, like I said, they still feel stiff, so I don't bend them much, but they're nice. I'm happy with my results. I'm gonna turn around so you can see the back part of it, and this is how they look from the back. And then the next surgery I'm going to talk about is my arm surgery, the first one I had. The arm surgery that I had in 2012 was, I tore my tendon from here. Now, if you can see, there's a scar where they did a cut right here, and then they had to do a cut, and you can see the line right there. Now, the reason why they had to do it like that is because the tendon tore from here. So when the tendon tore from here, my bicep went up. So because it went up, they had to bring the tendon down and they had to twist it around. So that's why I got it cut twice right here. Now with this one, the recovery took a little bit longer. It was more intense because of the tear. This one was a workman's comp issue. So I was lifting something really heavy, and it just tore my tendon tore, and when it tore, it felt like my arm had just detached from my body. And because it was a workman's comp issue, it took a longer time for them to go ahead and get it fixed, meaning with the surgery. It took them 4 weeks almost so I can get approved to get my surgery done. And yeah, I mean, it's already attached now, and there's nothing to it. Like, I'm going to flex so you can see there's no issue with my arm, it being attached. Back then, when I was flexing, the bicep would have rolled up. But as you can see, it's attached pretty good right there. It hasn't given me no issue. The other one that I got done, this one was done in 2012. So 2012, 7 years from that, 7 years now from that. This next one that I had done was in 2016. Now this one, it was from right here. What I did was I was just working out and one day doing my normal routine, and all of a sudden I feel a jolt, and I'm thinking again to myself, oh no, did I tear a tendon? Because it just felt a little bit different. It didn't feel like this one where my arm felt like it ripped off. This one just felt like a jolt, but I kind of figured it was my tendon. And with this one, what I noticed is when I tore it, the bicep went down. So my bicep wall was right here, and there was a gap right here. So on this one, what they did is they had to cut me from here because they had to pull the tendon up. So they cut it from here, and from this one, they also did some indentions right here. I don't know if you can see the scarring or not, but there's a couple of scarrings right here. And they ended up also working on my rotator cuff because there was some fraying in there. So they went ahead and cleaned up the debris and all that in there. So they cleared out my rotator cuff and attached my bicep. Now, this one didn't take me that long to get it into surgery. It took me only 2 weeks because that was out of my own pocket. The recovery on this one wasn't as extensive as the other one. This one, it took me, I'm going to say 6 weeks to get out of the sling and then just started back over. This one, for both, I want to say it takes around 6 months to have full recovery and you don't have no restrictions or anything like that. But this one was done in 2016. I'm going to flex on this one so you can see that it's attached perfect. There's no indentation like it would when it first got torn. And I have videos of my injuries, so I'm going to see if I can link them down in the videos, and the video links down below or around here somewhere, so y'all can see the more in depth of my injuries. And then the last one that I have is my cyst. My cyst, I did it in 2018. I had it removed. My cyst was located in my mid-back, so it was more of a nuisance. It never gave me any pain or anything like that, but I went ahead and got it removed, and I'm going to turn around and see if maybe y'all can spot it out, but it's going to be mid-back, somewhere around here. There's like a dot in the middle of my back, and that is where my my cyst was. So I got that removed, and that one only took 2 weeks, I think, max for recovery, and that was more because it's in the mid-back, so doing a lot of motion, I had to not really watch what I was doing, not lift anything because that would tear the stitches. It was more of me just waiting for the stitches to get cleared out, and then from there just go back to my regular routines of doing things. My cyst was considered an elective surgery because they were like, you don't need to get your cyst removed, and apparently this one was also an elective surgery, my bicep, but because they were saying I could still work out and this and that, and it's only more of a cosmetic issue because my bicep would have been down here. And me, just being the person that I am, I'm a little bit on the paranoid side. I'm like, no, you got to fix these things. So I got these things taken care of, and I do lift the same amount, but by my choice. I've dropped 5 pounds, at the most 10 on my weightlifting routine, just because I don't want to re-injure myself. For instance, a couple months ago, I was doing some exercise that I haven't done in a while, and I was like, let me try this. Well, it flared up my injuries that I thought I had actually torn something, and I went to the doctor, they did the x-rays and all that, and they were telling me, hey, no, it's just you have scar tissue and it's inflamed, take some inflammatories and you should be fine, and some rest. So I'm a little bit more cautious that I don't want to re-injure anything from my arms or biceps. So they tell me just, take these inflammatories. They don't tell me stop lifting weights or anything like that, but I do it by my own choice to reduce the weight a little bit because I'm getting older. I don't need to be lifting heavy. I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm just trying to have an okay body and just be healthy. That's more of my look now. I'm not trying to get all big and nothing like that. So the lesson on this is if you have surgeries done, you are still going to have pains and aches here and there. So don't be thinking you've torn something, but at the same time, don't be careless. With my ears, I do have a little bit of discomfort here and there, but very minimal. But that doesn't concern me because it's not like I'm working out my ears and no, I know it's just there. With the arms, it's different because I'm thinking, did I lift something wrong? Did I tear something? But no, it's just I need to relax and be okay. But that was it. I just wanted to do this recap of all my surgeries. So with that being said, if you have any questions, put them down in the comments down below, and if I can answer them, I will answer them to the best of my ability. And until next time, y'all take care, and I will talk to y'all later.